Hello, my friends. My name is Amanda with Manda Panda Projects, and today I have a super cute spring rusty butterfly DIY for you. This butterfly was sent to me in Happy Mail from Mary, so thank you, Mary. And I decided to craft with it right away because it looked so good with this scrapbook paper that I made that is in my Etsy shop. I know I used this on my last video, but I'm using it again today because I absolutely love it. If you want this paper, head to my Etsy shop. The link is either in my bio or you can comment butterfly and I will send it to you. So I took this Dollar Tree wood sign and then I just cut the scrapbook paper to fit right on the inside. So I just kind of measured it out by like folding it over and then using a ruler to make sure it's nice and straight. Cut it so it fit right inside. And then I took my Mod Podge. Well, actually, first I decided I wanted to take off the hanger because I was not going to keep that. So I took off the hanger, I set it aside and saved it, and then I took my Mod Podge and put it all on the center of this board. This is the best board that I had. I wanted to use one that was like rectangular, but I was using what I had, you guys. I wouldn't have normally wanted to cover this up because I like that like faux wood background, but it is what it is. So I got it all in there. I flattened it out, smoothed it out using my brayer. I made sure all the little sides were down. And then I needed to cut this front part off of the butterfly. It had like a little like hanging piece, but I wasn't going to use that. So I just used my wire cutters and cut it right off. And now I'm just mixing a paint color. I want to try to match that like light, creamy color of the flowers. It's not white. It's more like a light yellowy creamy. So I mixed together tan, white, and yellow until I got the perfect color. And then I just use that and I paint all around the outside border of this little wood frame. So I painted the front and then I also painted the sides because you can see that. I just wanted it to all kind of go together. So I did that and then I did like 1.5 coats. One coat was pretty much good since it was already a light wood color. And then I just take my Rust Effect paste. This stuff is amazing. I got this on Amazon. It makes the most amazing faux rust texture. If you do faux rust at all, you absolutely need this stuff. It is amazing. Yes, you can use cinnamon and Mod Podge, but once you use this, I'm telling you, you will never go back to it because it's so much easier and I think it just looks so much more realistic. So it has 3 parts, a brown, an orange, and a yellow. I just use the brown and orange. So you do the brown first. Now I went back and forth because the color of this butterfly honestly looked so good with the paper already. I was like, do I want to do it? Do I not? So I kind of left some of the underneath showing. I didn't cover it fully like I normally do. The only reason I didn't keep it, see, look, I go back and forth here. I'm like, which way should I do it? Which way should I do it? I didn't like the shininess of it. That was the only thing that was getting me. I didn't like the shininess of it. So I decided to go with the rust. So I did the brown first. Then I covered it up with orange. I added a little bit more orange so it looked, super rusty. And then I folded the wings kind of up so it looked like 3D off of the board. So it's not like flat. And then I just glued it down with some E6000. Now, I do use E6000 in hot glue, but my hot glue gun was not plugged in. So I just did E6000 for now. You'll see me go back. All right, and then I took some half wood beads and I just painted those with the Waverly and the color Moss. See, I'm going back and adding a little bit of hot glue because the E6000 takes about like a day to cure. And then I was going to put wood beads all along the whole entire rim of this frame, but I decided to just do the 4 corners and keep it a little bit more simple. Once I did that, I go ahead and I just grunge up the frame just a little bit. It was just a little bit bright for how the whole vibe was looking. So I didn't add a ton of the Kiehl's dark wax. I just added a little bit around the edges, the outer edges, a little bit to the beads, and a little bit to the inner edges. Okay, and now for a hanger. I didn't want to use the wood bead hanger because it was too much with the wood beads in the corner. So I used this rusty wire and just kind of curled it and twisted it up a little bit with end of a paintbrush so that it's not like a perfectly straight hanger. It's like a little bit wonky. And then I use E6000 and also hot glue. I always use both because the hot glue holds it in place for now, but it does not stay forever with anything metal. The hot glue just tends to want to come right off. And then I wanted to make a little itty bitty bow. The bow ended up bigger as I like big bows and I cannot lie, but I trimmed it up enough. So I took some fabric, just some muslin, and then this book page fabric that I use on like every single craft that I've been doing lately. I just ripped it into pieces and then I cut those in half and I only ended up with about like, 10 pieces maybe. And I took my Bodabra and then just made a super small little itty bitty bow. So I just layered up. You definitely don't need a bow dabber to do this. You could honestly just do a simple twine shoestring bow. Would have looked just as cute, but I wanted to do like, I wanted to make it a little bit more than just that. All right, and then I actually kept the whole thing in. All right, and then some raffia. I'm actually about to, my friend is here to pick me up, so I'm going to be heading out. So if you start to hear some background noise, it's because I'm walking out the door. But all I'm doing is just tying the bow up here. And as you can see, I had a ton of like, what do you call those, tails, and really long, some were short, long, some were short. I ended up trimming it up, and I just kept trimming it more and more until basically there was nothing left of the tails. But I think it looked good in the end. So I glue that right to the center of my butterfly. And then I added a little bit of Excelsior into the bow as well. I forgot to mention that. And then I just took a little bit of this greenery that I literally found on the side of the road. It's like filler greenery, florals, and just added it to the top right and the bottom left of this little butterfly just to give the bow a little something. And then I added a skeleton key that I got at Amazon and a little twine bow to the center just to give it a little something there. And I just love how this turned out, you guys. This is so darn pretty. I'm loving this paper. Remember, this is in a bundle in my Etsy shop. So if you want to grab this, I designed it. You get a whole bundle of like 20 total designs. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this? And Mary, thank you again for the butterfly. And I would love it if you would sprinkle this video with a friend.